The voice behind the pain.
Unbreak my heart.
Before the awards, before the platinum records,
There's so many people I have to thank. I like to thank God. I like to thank my parents.
before one of the most recognizable voices in R&B history, there was struggle. A voice so rich it sounded timeless.
Another sad love song back in my brain like crazy.
A career so successful it seemed untouchable, and yet, behind the music lived financial collapse, chronic illness, heartbreak, and resilience.
I don't feel the love for music anymore. It's not affecting me and making me feel that thing I always felt when I performed. It's leaving me, and I'm not sure what's going on in my life. Maybe I'm going through a female midlife crisis.
This is not just a story about fame. This is a story about survival, because sometimes the strongest voices are born from the deepest battles. This is a story about Toni Braxton, her challenges, comebacks, and legacy of a music icon. Roots of a voice. Toni Michelle Braxton was born into a strict religious household where music was not a dream, it was a way of life. Her father was a pastor, her mother sang. The church became her first stage, but rules were strict. Secular music was discouraged. Fame was not the goal. Still, talent finds a way.
God is my joy in the times of sorrow.
Alongside her sisters, she formed a group. Harmonies became identity.
I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only explanation.
Music became escape. The industry noticed, but not immediately. Rejection came first. Doors closed. Labels hesitated. Executives didn't understand her unusually deep voice for a young female artist. But that voice would soon change everything. Because the right opportunity often arrives disguised as patience. The breakthrough. A demo recording led to a connection that altered her destiny. Producers heard something different, not just talent, emotion. Her debut introduced the world to vulnerability as power. Songs about heartbreak felt personal, almost private. Listeners didn't just hear Toni Braxton, they felt her. Awards followed. Charts followed. Global recognition followed. Suddenly, she wasn't just an artist. She was a voice of a generation navigating love and loss.
For Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, the nominations are Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton.
And the Grammy goes to Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton.
But success can move faster than stability, and sometimes, fame hides fragile foundations. Success with a cost. Behind platinum plaques, financial confusion. Record deals that looked glamorous were complicated. Royalties didn't match expectations. Expenses multiplied. The public saw luxury. The reality was pressure.
B-R-O-K-E broke?
Broke.
Like broke.
Like, no money.
No money. Like net worth what?
Negative.
In the late 1990s, a shocking headline emerged: bankruptcy. For fans, it didn't make sense. How could a superstar struggle financially? But Toni's story revealed a truth many artists share. Fame does not equal financial freedom. The emotional weight was heavy. Embarrassment, fear, uncertainty. Yet, she kept performing. Because sometimes survival requires continuing the show. The health battle. Then came a challenge far more personal than money. Diagnosis: lupus.
A little health scare back in December.
Yes.
You have lupus.
Yes, I have lupus.
Obviously, you're doing much better. You
Much
look
better.
beautiful. You feel.
A chronic autoimmune disease capable of attacking the body without warning. Fatigue, pain, uncertainty. For a performer whose career depended on stamina, It was terrifying. Tours were canceled, plans changed, doubt grew louder. But Toni made a decision that would redefine her narrative. She chose transparency. Instead of hiding weakness, she shared it. Her vulnerability became strength. Her struggle became connection. Millions saw themselves in her resilience. Sometimes legacy isn't built by perfection, but by persistence. Reinvention and reality. The music industry was evolving. So was Toni.
You know, it was really important. We lost one of our sisters, so she wanted us to do the show again, and we were hesitant at first, but we said we're going to do it for Tracy. And what's really important about doing our show is the real stories.
Reality television opened a new chapter. Fans saw the person behind the icon, a mother, a sister, a woman navigating life beyond the stage. This reinvention was strategic, but also human. She explored Broadway, new collaborations, different sounds, not chasing past glory, but redefining relevance. The pressure never disappeared, but her perspective changed. Success was no longer just charts, it became longevity, and longevity requires adaptation. Comebacks and courage. Comebacks are rarely dramatic explosions. They are quiet decisions repeated daily, showing up, recording again, performing again, believing again.
I was really excited about this tour because, you know, I have lupus, and the doctors told me I would never be able to tour or work or do anything again. But the man upstairs had a whole nother plan for me. So I've been able to work slowly. Like I've done Vegas and a residence with Cedric, and that was great. And I've been able to do little tours.
Toni's later career reflected maturity, music shaped by lived experience. Her voice carried something deeper now, not just heartbreak, survival. Each performance became proof that setbacks do not define endings. They define chapters, and audiences responded not just with nostalgia, but respect. Influence and legacy. Toni Braxton helped shape modern R&B's emotional language. A softer delivery, honest storytelling, strength inside vulnerability.
Jail girl, it's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Many artists who followed adopted that blueprint. Intimacy over power, feeling over perfection. Her legacy extends beyond music, normalizing conversations about artist finances, raising awareness about chronic illness, demonstrating reinvention in public life, showing women they can evolve without disappearing. Legacy isn't measured only in hits, it's measured in impact, and impact echoes. The meaning of resilience. The world often tells stories about rise and fall, but Toni Braxton's story is different. It is rise, fall, rise again. A reminder that success is not a straight line, that vulnerability is not weakness, that setbacks can coexist with greatness. Her journey teaches something universal. You can lose money, lose health, lose certainty, and still not lose yourself. Because resilience is not loud, it is quiet endurance. A decision to keep going, even when the spotlight fades. And that may be Toni Braxton's greatest legacy. Not the awards, not the charts, but the courage to continue. Toni Braxton once said, "I learned that I had to believe in myself, and not just to be comfortable with the opinions of others."
My sisters, the Braxtons, I'm really happy for them. Everybody, thank you, thank you. Woo, this is a surprise. Thank you.